Hello everybody, in this video we take a look at a very good meta build for the Fangs of Frost. Actually one of my favorites, to be honest. So basically the Fangs of Frost, one of the great things about it that comes with built-in perk that reduces the speed, moving speed and attack speed of enemies. And I also use here weakening. So basically I really enjoy having a weapon that already have kind of the debuffs inside, because in terms of gameplay, it actually forces me, even when I see a situation where it's kind of tough, it actually forces me to be aggressive. The reason I want to be aggressive is because I want to cause this debuff on enemies. Rather than they be calculated when to get in, waiting for some cooldowns to protect me. Here, because I have the debuff, I can just rush in. Right? Rush in, reduce the attack speed and the damage. Sometimes you're gonna wait for the gong before jumping in lots of group of enemies. So this is, even without the gong being ready, you can actually go in. So that's the part of the fun of this build. You want to actually go in and reduce their damage, because if not, you're gonna get more damage. All right. So the idea is to attack because attack will protect you. All right. But of course, we're gonna deal damage because we have built-in committed level 3. Exploding, which is amazing, and critical hit. All right. Now I know many of you love the fighter's binding, and of course the fighter's binding is a much faster weapon. However, this one has a slightly better damage. But if you really want to make it super fun, especially with the crit, the crit kind of shakes the screen, kind of make it really noise like. It's really fun playing with this. So if you want to make it even faster, well, that's why you use spider armor here. It comes with potion. As you can see, built-in potion barrier. We have chilling. This was work on a big radius, so enemies are actually in the outer circle. We get slower before they come to you. And this because this pulses, pulses every several seconds. It's actually a good one, all right? Because it actually, you see, every 2 seconds, and it has a big radius. So again, damage reduction. With Darth Better, and by the way, this is situation. Although we're gonna be good when it comes to damage reduction because you have Iron and Amulet, we don't have damage reduction here. But Death Butter, just in case, maybe for example, like 3 creepers explode in a situation where, oh my god, what I'm gonna do? You can't do anything. Just boom, 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 and you are dead. So basically, this will protect us. And just in case we get low, we also all 3 of them will be executed. So we have reduction of damage. We're gonna get extra damage. We're gonna get extra shield and attack speed and movement speed. So kind of buff up to get into many kind of a situation where it can be deadly to us. All right. And this have lifesteal because we don't have healing here. All right. So if the lifesteal is going to be very fast attack speed because of the built-in plus 25 melee attack speed and the mushroom. So it's going to be very fast. And of course, we have lifesteal, so we're gonna heal very fast. In terms of bow, by the way, you can have better bow than this, but this is just for extra speed. Although the level that I'm going to show you actually have deflect for many enemies. So it's actually really not kind of super good, but sometimes I can actually get reduction because this is as cooldown reduction. So I can have, you see the difference, 8.9 seconds, and here it's not a big difference, but here, and because I don't have cooldown enchantment, so this kind of rolling a bit can help out, especially when it comes to gong if I want to use gong more frequently. But in general, the idea is to be aggressive. You're going to deal lots of damage, but you're also going to reduce the incoming damage significantly. All right. So let's take a look at some gameplay so you can see how it plays. Enchanted enemies, you're going to see it very, very soon. Very, very powerful. I'm going to eliminate enemies very fast, and the exploding here, of course, really helps to clear. You see, lots of enchanted enemies, but I don't care. I'm going to eliminate enemies very fast. The exploding is just crazily good here. You see how many enchanted enemies? Just swipe them like they were nothing. Remember to activate Iron and Amulet, of course. And roll. Hopefully you won't get hit by the deflect. Now again, remember, this build was made so you'll be aggressive. Right? Be aggressive because this is part of the thing that actually protects you. Sometimes you use different enchantments and perks to support you, either passively or actively. But here is very important to be active, engaging in combat. It's actually fun because you're already engaging to deal damage, but you also get lots of actually survivability and support while doing so, because you're going to reduce the attack speed, attack movement, and damage of the enemies while actually fighting. Now, because the debuffs are on the weapon, you don't need to wait for a pulse to happen every few seconds or so. When you attack, you already debuffing, the incoming damage by a lot. And when combined, of course, with Iron and Amulet, you're gonna see that's why it's so effective. Now, as I told you, it also supports the synergy with the exploding, right? You want the exploding, not just go one here, one there. You really want to jump in and let enemies kind of even come towards you, so the exploding can happen and deal damage to all nearby enemies. And this is one way to really burst into a group of enemies and eliminate them very, very fast. Of course, there are other situations where enemies are going to be scattered, but in a general understanding, you need to, when you play, jump in. Go in like this, go in, because this is the way for you to clear enemies super fast. And of course, once you clear more enemies even faster, you're going to get less damage as well. And that's what I like about the build. It actually, the synergy comes with the way you actually play. When you play aggressive, you get all of these benefits together by just actually being aggressive and going towards enemies. I mean, that's the great thing about this build. And of course, it's very powerful. I'm dealing millions of damage, as you can see. I'm wiping up enemies very, very fast. It just works so well. And the weapon itself feels like Fighter's Binding. So if you like Fighter's Binding, you want super fast attack, well, I'm sure you're gonna enjoy this one, because it just feels amazing. Especially when you have the crit, right, popping up and kind of shaking the screen, and you hear this noise. It's very satisfying. So you're gonna feel it with this, hands down. But as you can see, we are not using refreshment, we're not using guarded strike, just the classic ones, but they work very well. Now, the thing is that I really wanted these type of enchantment. I wanted the critical hit and committed for the damage. I want exploding for great crowd control and the ability to clear enemies very fast. I mean, I deliberately chose those things, and the weakening, because it scales very well when you get raid captains or in situations where you just want to go fast and jump into enemies and don't want to get hit a lot, but still use the spider armor because of its extra speed, so you can really join very fast attacks with this weapon, which also synergizes with even faster healing. It's just overall just fun, and of course you're going to deal more damage because you're going to attack faster. So this is why everything here is carefully designed to really produce some kind of a build that supports certain type of gameplay perfectly. And trust me, you're going to feel it. You need to try it, but you remember, we need to try it. Don't try to imagine how it is. Try it, all right? If you don't have the right gear, try to come up with something similar. But again, this is for the Fangs of Frost with debuffs and damage, right? We really want to have these debuffs because we're going to be very aggressive, and we're going to use the spider armor for the extra speed. All of these kind of glued up together to produce a build that is so much fun to play, very powerful, and make you enjoy, of course, the Fangs of Frost, kind of similar to the Fighter's Binding because it's going to be even faster, right? So if you like this type of very fast attack speed with the critical hit, especially, I really love this with critical hit, you're going to have fun. I'm telling you, you're going to have fun with this build. And it's really fun. It just feels so snappy, good, powerful, and you're just going to clear enemies like they're nothing, especially when there are many enchanted enemies. Yeah, so this is it for this video. I hope you find this one useful. And again, I recommend trying this out. For me, this is one of the more powerful and fun builds that I created for the Fangs of Frost. And this is why I recommend it. Of course, I tried before actually, some builds I'm just throwing out of the window. Even after playing a day, complete day checking out and testing, if a build doesn't really stand against, in terms of difficulty, and also and you feel that it's actually fun to play with for a specific weapon or specific gear that I'm trying to build around, I can just throw it to the garbage and just forget, even if I spend a whole day. But this one stays because it's that good. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Consider subscribing to my channel, give this one a little like. I'll see you soon on the next build very, very soon. Cheers, everyone. Bye bye.